Hello, it is Sunday, March 23rd, 2025. I'm Chris Remo, and welcome back to the New York Times Crossword Daily Solve. I'm back home. I've just following an overnight flight, so we'll see if I'm up to solving pace and speed today. I don't know. We'll find out. It's a Sunday puzzle, so it is a big grid. I'll have to stick with it for probably at least half an hour. We'll find out if I make it through. I'm very tired. In any case, today's slightly sleepy edition of the Daily Solve has been brought to us by Chelsea B., Jake Rodkin, and, as always, the indomitable Showmaster and the indefinable Charlie Paget. Thank you so much to the four of them, benefactors of the Daily Solve Patreon campaign, for their generous support. They, of course, sustain this channel. They keep it going even when I'm on very little sleep. And for that, I'm very grateful. Thank you to them, and thanks to everybody who supports the channel via Patreon. If you'd like to support it that way, you can head to patreon.com/dailysolve or click the description field link where you'll find the bonus videos available to patrons. And for benefactors like those I've just mentioned, there's also the Let's Check the Crosses official Daily Solve mug. Thanks again to everybody who supports the channel that way, as well as to those who subscribe on YouTube, which is also a big help, a way to support the channel. Thanks if you've done that. And finally, you can, of course, join the Daily Solve Discord chat server, a nice, friendly chat community linked in the description field. All right, let's get on to today's crossword. It's got a title, Where'd You Go? That will relate to the theme somehow, we assume. We'll find out how momentarily. It was constructed by Andrew Colin Kirk, for whom this is a debut construction, and it was edited, as always, by Will Shorts. Let's start solving. Capital of Western Australia. Perth, I think? But let's check the cross on that. Wine whose name is the first half of its country of origin. Port, from Portugal. From Porto, I suppose. Capital of Western Australia. Yeah, it does look like Perth. Okay, let's see. Dueling weapons are épées, so fencing swords. Electric appliance button reset, maybe? Is that right? Would you have a reset button on an electric appliance? Let's see. One might be custom printed. Yes, a t-shirt. And stay in one's lane. That's pointing here. Right, here's our revealer for our big Sunday theme. Classic breakup excuse, or a phonetic hint to 23, 36, 47, 67, 86, and 93 across. Quite a few theme answers today. It is Sunday, after all. I mean, classic breakup excuse could be something like, it's not you, it's me. And I could imagine there being something phonetic there. Maybe we replace the letter U with M-E in a phrase. Stay in one's lane. Rest. I'm thinking stay could mean rest, I'm not sure. Arm muscle informally. Try for triceps. Stay in one's lane. Resist. I don't know. Setting for 6 across. This looks like opera. What about this? Doomed Ethiopian princess. Is that Aida? Is that right? Noted family of New York City's Gilded Age. The Astors, for which Astoria is named. If you ask me to texters, yes, in my humble opinion, IMHO. Alternative to a citronella candle. Not sure about that one. Alma mater, there we go, the school that you attended. Higher in rank, question mark, smellier. If something's rank, it has a foul odor, so if it has even more of that, it's smellier. So what's the alternative to a citronella candle? I don't know. Sign at a gas station. Don't know. Use a Clorox wipe on, say disinfect or something maybe. Do some basic math could be to add numbers together, do some arithmetic. So sign at a gas station. Air, like for your tires? Not sure. We'll leave that for now. Gloomy, dreary maybe, a gloomy evening, a dreary evening. Stay in one's lane. It's not you, it's me. This could be me. Stay in one's lane. Resist the... I don't know what this is. Target. Not sure about that either. Big pain, a hassle. This does look like resist thee, doesn't it? Alternative to a citronella candle. What is that? I don't know what that is. I just don't know. Before now. To till. Target. Oh, to shoot at someone, I guess, would be to target them. So what's this? Oh, DEET. Oh, okay. So a citronella candle must be to repel pests, certain insects. Okay, that must be the case. So resist the Stay in one's lane. Oh, resist the merge? Oh, yes. Okay, so I was correct about my guess as to how the theme works. So it's not you, it's me. So resist the urge is a phrase, and we've replaced phonetically you, just the letter U, with me. So we've gone from resist the urge to resist the merge, to stay in your lane in a sort of motoring sense if you're driving. All right, there we go. So use a Clorox wipe-on, say, is to degrease or to degunk or something. Brings in, earns, I don't know. Canada's Blank Nova National Park. Ooh, I'm not actually sure about that. Literature, letters. You could refer to the world of literature as the world of letters. Like bread, more suitable for panzanella, staler. So I love a panzanella salad made from dried bread and tomatoes and onion. Okay, before now, I haven't made a panzanella in a while. That makes me really want one. Anyway, before now is then. Oh, I see. Yes, now versus then. I guess then, back then, is before now. All right. But I guess the reason I didn't have that in mind is because then can also be in the future. Once this occurs, then I will do that other thing. Cliff's Notes version of Holmes and Watson stories. So something abbreviated. What would it be? I don't know. In the thick of. If you're in the thick of, you're amid something. So men solving. Cliff's Notes. I don't know. Big name in elevators. Otis is a big elevator brand name. Dryer detritus, lint. Maybe it is going to be. Oh, it is men solve something. Men solve. Oh, men solved mysteries. Yes, and unsolved mysteries is the original phrase, whose you we replace with me to create men solved mysteries. So unsolved mysteries. What was the name of a show, television program in which ostensibly supernatural things were investigated, I think. Anyway, magazine staffers are eds, editors. And then Canada, it must be Terra Nova. That would make sense. Terra Nova National Park. So does that work with this? Yes. To use a Clorox wipe-on would be to degerm, so to disinfect something. And then one celebrating Ethiopian Christmas, January 7th. Rastafarian, let's see. Knack. If you have a knack for something, you have a talent for it. And soft mineral talc, from which we have talcum powder. Middlemarch authors, George Eliot. Hockey player who wears number 1 traditionally. That must be the goalie. I didn't actually know that, but it fits the fill there, so that must be right. It might have -guest in its name. Free Wi-Fi? Yeah, you sometimes see a Wi-Fi network that's one for staff with its password protection and then protected, and then one for guests that isn't. It follows October. I actually don't know. I mean, this presumably is the month of October in another language, but I don't know what this would be that has. It's probably German. Why do I not know what this is? Retain. Something in to keep in. Don't know. Told some jokes, say. I don't know that either. Surgical aids. Oh, well, this sort of fell apart over here. Heats to just below a boil as milk. What, simmers or heats? Will end with an S probably. Warms is not right. What is it? Don't know. Surgical aids are surgical scrubs. Is that right? Boy, this doesn't look right. Vehicle in 2020's Nomadland. Van. I would think. Surgical aid. Oh, stents, maybe? You insert a stent into someone's vein. Oh, fest. It follows Oktoberfest. I think that is correct. I think that's right. So then what would retain be? I don't know. I thought that would have given that to me. Retain. Shove in? That's not right. Told some jokes. Say, did a set. Like you did a stand-up comedy set. Okay. Heats to just below a boil as milk. Oh, scald's milk, maybe? Let's see. Laurel and Hardy. Stan Laurel and, was it Oliver Hardy, I think? The comedy pair. They fill up a lot. I don't know. Organization that awards the Paw of Courage for canine heroism. Don't have a clue about that. Maybe the American Kennel Club or something? I actually don't know. Here. Oh, it probably is that. Take It. Okay, good. That was a good guess. So I think that's right. So they fill up a lot. Are cans? Like they fill them up? Or don't know. One place to redeem tickets. Oh, an arcade, like a video game arcade maybe, that you win tickets. So let's see. Cars fill up a lot. A car park or a parking lot. Okay. So then arcade here, and to retain something would be to leave it in, to not remove it. Okay, good. That's all figured out. Let's move forward. Victory symbol, V for victory. And then wedding cake features are tiers of a wedding cake. Morales of the Mission Impossible franchise. Isai Morales? I could be mispronouncing that name. Apologies if so, but I think that's the name of an actor. So let's see. Blank pop hybrid music genre. Emo pop. There we go. Emo, the official rock music subgenre of the New York Times crossword, makes an appearance. Birthplace of Starbucks. It's famously from Seattle, Washington. Skeptical of big government, say. Anti-something? When do you need this patched up? Do you have the missing button? Etc. Mend? Something about mending? Mending lines? No. Mender's lines? Yeah, no, that's right. Or Mender lines, because the me replaces a U. So underlines is obviously an ordinary, in this case, word. And or changing the U to me to make Mender lines regarding mending clothing. Okay, oat milk, there we go. An alternative milk. Skeptical of big governments. It does look like anti-something. Straightens up is tightens, or I don't know. Yaley, someone who went to Yale, is also referred to as an Eli in honor of the name of the founder of the school. Ecosystem for an estimated 25% of all marine species. Oh, reef, like coral reefs, probably. I think that's probably what that is. Yeah, they have huge amounts of biodiversity. Okay, slightest amount is just the least of something. Corrective eye surgery could be LASIK, laser eye surgery. And straightens up is tidies a room. There we go, that's what it is. Okay, Pentagon Division, DOD, the Department of Defense. Hamilton co-star, yes, Leslie Odom Jr., so that probably is DOD. And kind of boot could be golf boot? I don't think that's a thing. Matilda author Roald Dahl wrote the children's novel Matilda. So Neptune, e.g., is a sea god, right? Greek god of the sea. Or, I guess, Roman god of the sea, I should say. Kind of boot is go-go boot, right? There we go. Okay, and designer's specialty is what, a dress maybe or something? Probably not. Design, no. Best impression of a Springfield patriarch. Oh, well, Springfield, it'll be The Simpsons, so it'll be Homer. So, and the me would have been a you. So, finest, yes. Finest Homer rather than finest hour. Okay. Summertime in Versailles would be été, summer in French. So Versailles is just there as a place name to indicate another language. The K of 15 down, so that is kennel from American Kennel Club. And IDs that will never start 000 or 666 abbreviation. I guess social security numbers will never start that way. Fair enough. Planks can build them. Don't know what that's. Oh, abs. I see. Doing planking exercises could help define your abs. Okay. So disc jockey is to DJ, as non-binary is to NB, right? So here we have the initials for disc jockey DJ turned into a kind of word in its own right, and then similarly NB for non-binary can be pronounced and written ENBY. Okay, so warm in a sense, if you're playing hot and cold and you're closer to something, you're near it, you're warm. Vivid shade of yellow is maybe canary, that's a bright yellow shade. Jackson or Jackman? I assume this will be a first name. Oh, no, I think it's not. It's referring to a profession, actor. So maybe Samuel L. Jackson or Hugh Jackman is maybe, I'm sure there are other examples, but those might be the ones in question. Oklahoma's wheat capital, Enid maybe? I think Enid is a city in Oklahoma. It could well be the wheat capital. I don't know, but let's see if that works. Temporarily banish as a college roommate. Sexile, if you demand someone stay out of the room for obvious reasons. Photo ops, photo opportunities, and apt name for a car salesman. Auto. I think we've seen that one before. I think that's an old standby. Sounds like automobile. Skeptical of big government, say, oh, anti-tax. There we go. Okay. So that's why the reason it says say is because this is just one example of a way to be skeptical of big government would be to be anti-tax. Where you might walk down the aisle could be a plant, I don't know. Suffice to, that'll suffice. That'll, why can I not see what that is? Thrill, to thrill someone could be to elate them. Oh, a plane. Yes, you could walk down an aisle on an airplane. I just did that. I should have had it in mind. So, to suffice will be to do nicely. So that'll suffice. That'll do nicely. That's enough. Beautifully emotive is poetic, maybe? Crude cavity, an open, no. Impressive array could be a panoply, a large range of something. Delivered a nasty insult with perfect timing. Nailed the, I don't know, not sure. Crude cavity, oil something. Oh, yes, crude is in crude oil. An oil well, maybe? Cut short, or oil what? Oil, let's look at this. Word after cash or read. Cash only or read only, those are both phrases. Polite, I'll pass. No thanks or no, let's see, cut short. Lop, maybe? Liqueur in a spritz. Aperol. An Aperol spritz is a very well-known drink. So polite, I'll pass. I can't see what it is. Okay, REO Speedwagon. There we go. That's an old model of car and also the name of a band. Its namesake. Obscures would be something with an S. Obscure. If you obscure something, what do you do to it? What about this? Too bad for me. My loss. There we go. Some six-packs are ales. Six-pack of ale, maybe? Beer. Claim in a courtroom would be, to allege something would be to claim it in a legal sense. And then, I see. No, ma'am is the polite I'll pass. Right, okay. So cut short is, to mow lawn, grass, for instance, to cut it short. So then a crude cavity is indeed an oil well. Okay, good. Obscures is what? Fogs, maybe? Something's foggy, it's obscured. Grain used in Italian cuisine. Farro, there we go. Farro is a grain that you can consume, cook and consume. Gummy candy company is Haribo. There we go. The German little gummies. Okay, so if we delivered a nasty insult with perfect timing, we nailed it needs to have me in it. Nailed the message? No. That wouldn't be anything with the U, and it's not long enough anyway. I don't know. Let's keep solving. Like the Kama Sutra. Erotic, famously. Okay, oops. And then toiled on a long ship, maybe. You oared. You propelled the ship. Dartmouth's colorful nickname. I don't know, big something. Lots of schools call themselves big this or that. Army rank above corporal. Oh, maybe sergeant then. So maybe it is big. Month known for political surprises. October, so that's the month before Election Day in the United States. And sometimes you hear about an October surprise when something is revealed about a candidate. Nullifying. Don't know. Director Ephron, Nora Ephron. And powerful engine is maybe what, a V10? A 10-cylinder internal combustion engine, perhaps? Turns inside out. If you invert something, you turn it inside out, so inverts here. Kept watch on. If you kept watch on someone, you eyed them. And common conjunctions are ands. And is probably one of the most common conjunctions in English. Okay, Dartmouth's colorful nickname. Oh, Big Green. That seems, yeah, big and then a color. Very common thing for a university. Dunderheads are morons, perhaps. And Lawrence of Arabia star the great Peter O'Toole in one of the great Great film performances of all time, an absolutely extraordinary film. Caesar's addressing, et tu, what he, at least in Shakespeare's telling, how he addressed his assassin Brutus. More intrusive. Nosier, yes, there we go. Rule the roost is a phrase. Principle behind yin and yang, that's Tao in, I guess, sort of Confucian thought, I suppose, or it's probably broader than that. Okay, 2010 comedy inspired by The Scarlet Letter. Oh, I didn't actually see this, but I remember trailers and such for it. Easy A, so a play on the Scarlet A from, is that Nathaniel Hawthorne? Anyway. Bog deposit would be peat, such as in a peat bog. And then bit of concert stage equipment would be an amp, an amplifier. Dogie catcher, so that's using some kind of American Old West language, and it's a lasso that you might use to rope an animal. And then Angela Lansbury was nominated for 18 of them, winning none. Wow, 18 Emmys. I bet a bunch of those were for Murder, She Wrote. Okay, member of a choir. An alto would be one of the singing ranges represented in a choir. So nailed the what? Here's the ME potentially. I don't know what that is. Lest we forget is a common phrase. Somersetting and Somerset for short. So Somerset presumably just referring to the UK broadly, which is where I am again now after my flight. And it's probably just referring to Greenwich Somersetting. Oh, wait, no. So summer is when, boy, how do I not know this by now? Summer is when we have the daylight savings version of the time. So something daylight time, is it British? Because there's also British Standard Time in addition to Greenwich Mean Time, which is essentially the same thing, but it has sort of a different, I don't know, kind of scientific meaning or something. Let's see. Get along in year. Oh. Is there a Somerset, Massachusetts, maybe? Is it Eastern Daylight Time in the US? Maybe that's what it is. Because get along in, the reason I think that is because to get along in years is to age. Massachusetts has a number of place names that are very, very similar or identical to place names in the UK and particularly England. So I wonder if that's what that is. Let's see. What about this? Ambrosia salad ingredients. Don't think I know what ambrosia salad is, but with a G, oranges maybe? That fits. What about this then? Figure on a Wyoming license plate. Cowboy, I guess? Maybe? Woohoo. Yes or yay? Start to wear. Yay, Y-A-Y. That's what it'll be. Because if clothing, for instance, starts to wear, it'll kind of start to fray out. Or wear out, it'll start to fray. Weapon, fashion, accessory for animation's Sailor Moon. Tiara looks like a clear answer there. Darts or billiards, either one is a bar game. And of course, because we're only referring to darts or billiards, we only refer to a single one of these. Support on a lease. Don't know what that's about. Designer's specialty, still not sure about that. Feature of a yurt, but not a teepee. Rods? No, I'm not sure what this is. A roof, maybe? A teepee doesn't have a roof because it's a cone. It closes in a point. Let's see if that's right. Support on a lease. Oh yeah, cosign. Someone could cosign a lease with you, and so then you have sort of financial support between the two of you. Okay, so camera choice in brief would be an SLR, a single lens reflex camera. Wire holder is maybe a spool. You could have a spool of speaker wire or some other kind of wire. And designer's specialty, decor. So in this case, maybe an interior designer. Okay. And then headline about a falsely incriminated person casting a ballot. Something framed. Oh, fraud. So framed from fraud because we replaced the U with ME. So voter framed. There we go. From the phrase voter fraud. So Philippine currency is the peso. And red part of rhubarb is its stem. Parts of baby weights are Oh, ounces. Right. I guess if you're measuring a baby in pounds and ounces. Okay. Nullifying is void. If you void something, you nullify it. You cancel it out. And then exudes. If something exudes charm, they ooze charm. Pablo Neruda's Blank to My Socks. Look at that. It's the official poetic form of the New York Times crossword. It was in the grid yesterday, and it's back here. So finally, I can answer this one. Nailed. Oh. Oh, I see. Nailed the dis moment. Nailed. Oh, nailed the dismount is what that's from. Ah, right. Okay. I'm not at all surprised that I didn't get that. I don't think I would have had I kept thinking about it. So there we go. All right. In an exactly even 24 minutes. There we go. So let's take a look at our theme. It's not you, it's me, a classic breakup excuse, or a phonetic hint to these 6 other clues. So to stay in one's lane is to resist the merge from resist the urge. Cliff Notes version of Holmes and Watson stories, men solved mysteries from unsolved mysteries. That's very funny to me. Here we have, when do you need this patched up? Do you have the missing button, etc.? Those are mender lines from underlines. Best impression of a Springfield patriarch would be the finest Homer from Finest Hour. A headline about a falsely incriminated person casting a ballot would be voter framed from voter fraud. And finally, if one delivered a nasty insult with perfect timing, one nailed the dis moment from Nailed the Dismount. And there we go. Nice Sunday theme. Where'd you go? I think a reasonably gentle Sunday puzzle as well, which to be honest is, I'm not complaining about that given my state at the moment. So there we have it. That was a debut Sunday construction by Andrew Colin Kirk. Hope you enjoyed it. And I will be back tomorrow for the shorter but still themed Monday crossword, so do join me for that. But until then, please do have an excellent remainder of your Sunday. Take care.